Hello, and here are our 10 tips for easy meal planning when you have ADHD. Now, I find meal planning and thinking of what to cook and what to eat every day one of the biggest banes of my life. So, how can we make it easier? So, here's some quick tips to make weekly meal planning for either yourself on your own, a couple, or a family as easy as possible because it's a huge drain on our executive function. So number one, I suggest you plan once a week. A good day to do this is either a Saturday or a Sunday. Number two, before you do this, check your schedule for the following week. Have you got a parents' evening, for example? Are you going out? Are you going to have a really busy day? And flex your eating schedule and what you plan to cook and around the time that you have for that particular day if you've got something specific on. So number three, always check what you've got in your fridge and freezer and your cupboards that needs using up, and try and do that because often we'll stick stuff in the freezer. Here's some chicken thighs, and then they'll stay there for about a year and then they'll have to get thrown out. So have a check what you could use up and what needs using up as you plan your meals for the week. Number four, a way to make it easier is to have maybe theme days. So maybe you have a meatless Monday and a fish Friday or taco Tuesday, something like that, so that you know the theme of the day. Another way to do it could be to have a 2 or 3 or 4 week rolling menu that you have. And there's another advantage to that, which I'll talk about in a moment. Number five, get the family or your partner or your housemates to join in with your meal planning if you can. So that way they're choosing stuff to eat. So the kids are less likely to kind of protest about meals that you've planned if they've helped to choose them. Tip number six, and this works well if you have a 2 to 3 week rolling menu, is I often make double and then freeze portions. So if I'm making a bolognese or I'm making a chili or a curry or even something like mashed potato, I will make double and then freeze what's left so that then I can defrost that and plan that for another meal. So I'm only doing the prep once. So I'm peeling potatoes or frying them in, chopping the onions once, and then that makes 2 meals. So make double and freeze. Tip number seven, and once a week, I always have soup. Now, with ADHD, we tend to forget what's in the salad drawer, in the vegetable drawer, and we always have those kind of vegetables hanging around. How long have they been hanging around? So I tend to throw them all in a pot, and I have an instant pot to make soup, but you can just do this in a normal saucepan. And once a week, I make soup, just use a blender, and it uses up all the veg that's about to go off. So that stops food waste, which I know lots of us feel really, really guilty about. Tip number eight, keep one day free and flexible because something will go wrong. Keep your meal planning baggy so that you're only maybe planning for 6 days so you can swap if somebody doesn't fancy something one day. Or you could just have something simple like beans on toast, sandwiches, something like that, or even a takeaway or going out for dinner on one of those days. But you can flex your schedule, and having 6 days planned instead of 7 helps with that. Number nine, online shopping. I tend to find, the buy one get one free offers in the supermarket, or going when you're hungry means you buy stuff you don't need. It gets wasted and it's harder to shop. It's much easier to plan if you do online shopping, and delivery now is only like a few pounds. And if you have it for a set time each week, that can help with planning. And tip number 10, you don't have to plan your lunches and snacks if you work from home, or even if you work in an office now, but have a think about that when you are planning your food for the week, and what variety of healthy snacks and lunches you could have. I always tend to find that eggs are brilliant. Scrambled eggs, omelets, really, really quick. You take a boiled egg to work with you or school with you as a packed lunch. Really, really useful. So have a think what you like and what you could plan in for meals. So they're the top 10 tips for cooking, planning meals, and eating in a more healthy and sustainable way when you have ADHD.